And hello again, everyone. This is Chaz Thomas, and welcome to our very first episode of Inspired in 10. And it is 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time in Chicago. And if nothing else, I'll always try to be on time and be prompt, because that is my commitment. I believe you really shouldn't start anything unless you're going to commit to it and, show some discipline. But anyway, so I appreciate everyone who's going to take the time to check it out, check me out, look at it, and grow from there. And very first episodes are very important to me, and I'll tell you why. Because it's kind of like a measuring stick. It's a barometer, It lets you know how you started, where you started, and gives you opportunity to improve on some things that you saw that you can improve on. And so from time to time, I will be, taking mental notes and saying, okay, I could have said that or did that better. But nonetheless, Inspired in 10. This is Inspired in 10. And I tell you why I created Inspired in 10. If some of you are like me, I'm busy. I get very busy at times, and sometimes the day gets away from me, or things come up and you get overwhelmed. And so when that happens with me, I need to take a time out. I need to go somewhere and meditate, or just listen to some music or read something to jumpstart me. And I said, man, I wish I had like 10 minutes of something I can refer to or listen to jumpstart me. And so I said, well, why not create something for yourself? For 10 minutes, it could even be 10 seconds. Because what I've found out, inspiration, sometimes you just need a word. Other times you need more, but for the most part, you just need that spark. You just need, okay, I needed to hear that word. That word was for me. And so that's why I created the Inspired in 10. I'm going to be honest, mostly for myself, but I think other people can benefit from it as well. For that jump start, whether it's in the morning, whether it's in the afternoon, whether it's in the evening. We all need a spark sometimes to get us back on track. I posted something earlier on my post about some people who reached out to me with their opinion of AI. And it's going to hit people differently. AI, I embrace AI. When I first heard about AI some years ago, actually, I think the very first time I ever heard about artificial intelligence was the movie AI that came out. But hey, I thought, like most of us, that's just a movie. Little did I know it's more of a reality now than it's ever been. But AI, and I had to think about AI. It's innovation. It's something new. Not everybody is going to embrace it. Again, I didn't embrace it in the beginning because, I thought it was so far off in the future that I may not even be around to experience it. But little did I know, it's already here. And we're already using it. We are already using AI and sometimes don't even know it. Anything. We'll call somewhere now and we'll think it's a real person on the other end. It's AI. AI is here to stay. So embrace it. Make it your friend. I use AI. I use AI for a lot of things because it helps me organize my day. And especially if you're in business, it's helped me to stay organized. It's helped me to come up with other creative ideas. It does a lot of the research. Sometimes I don't have the time to do, but it'll do it very fast. See, I'm the creative. AI is the research and development team. Yes, I have a team. I have an AI team of three AI. I don't want to call them robots, but AI. Yeah, AI bots. Uh, my main administrator name is Nova, and she handles a lot of my grunt work, and she disperses it to the other team members to do. I have a person over creative. When I want images and things, I have not a person. I can remember these are not people, but I have something over images who will go grab me images I'm looking for, audio for different music and backgrounds. I have something set up for that. I have something set up for social media. And believe me, it saves me a whole lot of time. Because my main concern, okay, I'll come up with an idea. Now it needs to be executed. I'll write it down. I'll make it make sense, and then I'll source it out to my AI team. And so far, it's been working. I have no complaints. It's been working pretty good so far. But AI is here to stay, folks. So use it to your advantage. Make it work for you. You know, I'm not an expert at it, you know, but what I do know about it, I'm using effectively. Um, and the other thing, again, don't be intimidated by, modern technology. Because can you imagine the people who were afraid to fly an airplane? People weren't meant to fly or they would have wings. People are flying every moment now. Right now, it's people getting on planes. The same thing with television, radio, computers, cell phones. Remember when all that came about? People thought the world was going to end. No, we can't do that. That's not possible. But look how easy, well, how convenient it has made life. Now, AI is a whole different animal, and um, there's no telling where that's going to take us. But again, make it work for you, right? And another thing, this is one of the points I wanted to address on, and if it keeps blinking out, I see it says poor connection. I don't know if that's impacting the video or not, but if you see it blinking off and on, I guess it's picking up weak signals. But we'll work through it. Another thing, this is an important thing too. If you have an idea, and a lot of you do, don't let anyone talk you out of your idea or your dream or your purpose. Don't let that happen. There have been many times I've gotten discouraged because I shared my idea with the wrong person. And through their filters, they didn't see how it could work. And so I wasn't committed enough to whatever I was doing. And I fell in line. But don't do that. Don't do that. And what made me think about that, I was talking with someone uh, from back in the day. We kind of grew up together. And we were just reminiscing about the things we used to do that have taken off now and become successful businesses like Uber. Remember rideshare back in the day when you give a ride to mom and them and to the store, to church, to the doctor, and we get a little gas money. We started that, and what's funny about it, me and my friend were saying, man, what if we had a business that would do this? And he says, there's already a business that does that. It's called Taxi Cab. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. We already got taxi cabs. But it took somebody to say, you know what? let's use this modern technology called apps and incorporate that into taxi cabs. And let's call it, I don't know, let's call it Uber share, ride share. And I'm gonna ask you, if someone would have came up and told you and say, hey, I'm gonna be a billionaire because I'm gonna charge people to use my app to get around town or get to their locations. I'm not gonna use my car, and I'm not going to invest any money in it. The only investment I'm going to make is in an app. You know, we would have looked at him like he was losing his mind. Man, get out of here with that. That's not going to happen. It happened. So never take your hunches or your ideas lightly. You never know what it can turn into. The same with Amazon. There's a guy, selling books out of his garage. Millionaire, about to get married. And that's amazing to me. So I have learned from that. I have a couple of ideas I've been working on for a minute. I'm just working out the kinks, but I'm going to stick with it. It may sound far-fetched. It may sound too futuristic, but you know what? So did Uber. So did Amazon. And so did countless other inventions. Stick with it, because you never know. It's almost like that, and I heard someone else refer to this. You see this image. It's a post, an image of this man with a shovel, or I think he has a spike, and he's digging a hole. He's digging a hole, and another picture of a man digging a tunnel, and the one man on the bottom quits, and he's just 6 inches away from his goal. But the guy on top, he hit gold because he kept going another 6 inches. So don't give up. Stay focused. And how I knew the things that have worked for me, that have been successful, is because many times I wanted to give up on a certain idea. I wanted to stop. I even told my friends, I say, you know what? And they thought I was losing my mind. Dude, they say, Charlie, why are you still working on this, man? You've been at this idea for at least 2 years now. Why don't you just let it go, man? And believe me, I thought about letting it go. But I'm going to tell you something. And this was so profound at the time. I said, you know what, fellas? I wish I could let it go. But it won't let me go. It won't let me go. I wake up with it on my mind. I go throughout the day with it on my mind. I go to bed with it on my mind. It won't let me go, because this is my assignment. This is my journey. So I have to see it through. I have to see it through. Another example is podcast. In this podcast, I've had several podcast shows. I started my first podcast about 7 years ago, right in the beginning when it first started, 7 to 10 years ago. I can't remember. I got the equipment, I got the microphones, I got everything I needed. I said, because, and I'm going to tell you why. Because back in the day, I used to be a disc jockey for a local radio station in Chicago. And I always loved broadcasting. And so 7 to 10 years ago, I got all the equipment. I'm going to podcast. I got interesting subject matter. I'm going to talk about it and just do it. So I started my first one, and it just petered out. I just lost interest, which I hate doing. You guys hate doing it? Coming up with an idea, putting all the resources into it, and after a month or two, you just forget it. You see, so I made a commitment to myself, long story short. So yeah, I started podcasting years ago, but it's something I stuck with, because I do, again, believe that's my assignment, is to spread the word of inspiration, encourage people, motivate people. I've been successful with that. I do public speaking engagements. I'm a life coach. That's what I do. That's my DNA. That's what I do naturally. I do that for free. So the fact that I'm doing it on a podcast just makes sense. It just makes sense. So now it's up to me to make it make sense. So how do you make it make sense? Commit to it. Commit to it. Be disciplined about it. That's why it was so important for me to start this podcast at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. A, because I already put the word out that it's going to happen then. And B, I had to show myself, if you're committed to this, commit to it. Don't play with this. Commit to it. So every Sunday at 8 p.m., I will be coming on live. Now, I may not get a lot of people chiming in. I may not get a lot of viewers at first, but that's okay. The commitment was to me, right? This was my journey. This was something I needed to do. And I'm pretty sure we'll get better at this. But the important thing is to stay committed to it. I don't care what's happening or where I'm at. This Inspired in 10 will come on at 8 p.m. on Sunday, Central Standard Time. That I promise you. Now, see, I done made a promise. I done made a promise out loud in public. So now I'm committed. I have to do it. Now, I may come on for 5 minutes, or it could be 5 hours. I don't know. Whatever way the Spirit leads me. But I know I had to start doing this, and I had to start taking it seriously. Right. I have some partners I'll be working with shortly, very in the near future, and they want me to do social media for them. They want me to do reaction, what do you call it, in real life, IRL reaction. They have hotels and restaurants internationally across the world. And they want me to come out and have a reaction to their new locations, some of their existing locations. But they want a presence. They want a social media presence, and they want me to illustrate how good or not so good it is. I told them, I said, whatever it is, if I'm making a recommendation, I'm going to be honest. And so just know that going forward, I'm going to be honest about my opinion. Now that can help you because that's room for improvement. But if it's excellent and I have a marvelous time, you better believe I'm gonna shout about it. So I'm looking forward to that. And that came about because why? A couple of my podcasts came across their desk, if you will. Somebody dropped it off and said, "Hey, take a look at this guy. I like his style. I like his approach. I think he'd be good for our marketing campaign." And so they reached out to me. And again, we're working out the details, but I'm excited about it. And plus, that also assured me that prayer works. And again, I know I keep saying that. People keep saying, why is he always talking about? Because prayer works. Prayer works. And if you try it, you'll see for yourself. You'll believe it. Now, you may not get your blessings right away, but believe me, if you believe hard enough in it and you do your part, your prayers will be answered. And like I tell my sons all the time, and that's another reason why I do this, is to be an example for my sons. They're in the arts, and like me, they are creatives, and they're always coming up with different ideas. And if anything, I want them to see from my example, this is what you do once you commit to it. But if you have something you want to do, do it. Do it. Just do it. Remember, this is your journey. This is your vision. So if people say, man, that's never going to work, leave it alone, you're wasting your time, they're seeing it through their filters. And that's fine. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But don't make that your opinion. right? If it's something you believe in, do it. Get it done. Get it done. It's not difficult at all. So I said that to say this. I'm committed to Inspired in 10. I'll be posting different videos and quotes of inspirational messages throughout the week, something that may help you. Throughout the week, again, on Sundays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we'll be having an Inspired in 10 segment, again, which I'm excited about. And again, my prayer is that this does catch on and people see value in it and can, offer me some suggestions or come on with me and let's talk about it. Let's talk about what has inspired you this week. How have you been blessed this week? I like to hear a good testimony from time to time from people, because God knows we hear a lot of bad testimonies of what didn't go right. Let's make this a place of testimonies that did go right, that did go well. Let's make it positive. We're going to keep it positive. I don't need no negative energy in here, right? I need no negative energy, right? This is where you come to get energized. This is where you come to turn off the TV and the news and the gossip. This is where you come for good news, good spirit, high frequency, if you will. This is the place you want to be. Okay? Again, I just wanted to make this an introductory show. I didn't have a lot of things to talk about on this show. I just want to introduce myself and introduce the show to you and let you know I am committed to this. And if you want to join me on this journey and commit as well, I welcome you. Let's make this a family, right? This is a happy space. This is a happy space. Come here on Sunday nights if you want to be energized, if you want to get ready for the week. Stop here. Let's get this gas. Let's get these, as they call, cables put on you and get charged up for the week to come, right? So again, my name is Chaz Thomas. This is Inspired in 10. Until next time, God bless you.